This is a 2025 Stealth Nomad 24 FK. And just wanted to make a video showing the quality that you get when you buy Stealth. So, standing far back, it looks good. It's a good looking trailer. The idea of it is good. The execution, incredibly poor. The quality that this thing displays is not what you would expect from a $70,000 trailer. Just minor stuff, but I mean, you can't walk by a wall or a door frame in this without ripping a hole in your sweater, because the fit and finish, everything is sharp. Whoever built this does not care. So I've actually got a list here. So some of the interior things, when I went to use the stove, it did not work. There was no propane flow to either of these. And it's because, and I had to figure this out when I was out camping on the first trip, the propane hose from there to the propane tank was too short. And it has a really tight bend. It had a really tight bend in it here, and it was cutting off all propane flow. So couldn't use the stove. So I ended up fixing that myself. The bed that comes down from the roof is working right now, but pretty much every time you drive it, as you can see there, the wiring is too short. So this pops out. It doesn't actually clip in. That just pops out. So every time I want to move the bed after driving, I have to plug that in again. The bed itself, I had to replace a bunch of these fasteners, because most of the fasteners in this trailer are either loose or tight enough that they were stripped and basically making them loose. So I had to replace a bunch of the fasteners on the bed because they zip these in so tight that they just strip them right out. I don't know of many fasteners on this trailer that were driven in straight. Most of them are driven in at an angle, and you can tell because the head of the fastener is not flush, or it's over tight and pinched. The rear screen, this is the deluxe package. It's got a rear screen, and if you it's got a magnet at the bottom, and it's supposed to go down all the way and lock in so that it stays down. It doesn't stay down. You have to put something on it. You have to weight this. You have to put a rock on it or something to hold it down. Otherwise, it just flies back up. And when it flies back up, it gets jammed because there's no way for it to stay centered. So it gets jammed and it gets all screwed up. Here's a good one about the shower. The shower, you can't even put a bottle of shampoo on this because it's all loose. Okay, it's peeling out from the walls. It's peeling out the staples that go through the wallpaper. Like, what is this? What is that? That is not good. Every time you drive, the shower rod pops out. So you got to put it back in. The water pump did not work. So you would hit the water pump, nothing would happen, no water flow. And it's because they routed the wiring underneath one of the straps for the water tank. And they pinched it and shorted it. So every time you would turn it on, it would just blow the fuse. So that took some figuring. The toilet seat, when I got it, was completely loose. Actually, it had fallen off on the first drive. So the toilet seat was loose. It was laying on the ground. Haven't actually used the toilet yet. I'm afraid to use it because I'm worried what's going to happen if I do use the black tank. On the ramp door here, you've got these little centering tabs, so that when you center the door, when we put the door up, it's got these little tabs that help guide it in. And they were all hot glued on. They have a hole that you could put a bolt through, but instead they hot glued them on. And this one was on there half an hour ago and it's gone now. So, oh, this is one of the leg covers for the couch. When you pull the couch out, the leg, this should go on the bottom of the leg so that it doesn't bite into the floor. Well, that's come off, of course. Haven't used that couch yet, I'm afraid to. One of the biggest problems, other than the overall fit and finish of this thing, is this. I don't know how they had that attached, but whatever they did broke off. So, you know, propane tanks are just loose. I found that out when I went to refill one of them, and they were loose. So these could just fall off going down the highway. So I'm gonna have to fix that. That's another thing. I mean, great looking trailer. Great looking trailer. But I've had to re-silicone all over the place. Water leaks in this door. Water leaks in the front door. This tread plate is all starting to peel up. So there will be water sneaking in through the tread plate. I had to re-silicone this, and they say to check the silicone every 90 days. Well, I was siliconing this after a couple weeks. It needed silicone. Another good one. Got that door locked. But when you open that door, I'll show you. When you open that door, and you have the stairs up, the door, the screen door, hits on the door frame. It hits on the hinge here. And you can't adjust it to stop doing that, because here it works, doesn't really hit. But if you close the door with the screen locked into the main door, it bends the hinges and it forces the door out. It's hard to explain, you kind of got to see it. But if you, it will hit. You have to slam it, and if you slam it, it eats this up. If you don't slam it, it won't close. These stairs, absolute crap. This handle should be spring loaded, because these hinges have springs in them, and it's not. It just stays. It stays wherever you put it. So that's not a big deal, but it's a little bit of an annoyance. If I can show the fit and finish on this thing, I did replace the batteries, because it gives you one 12-volt battery, and it was no good at all. It didn't last 2 days, and I'm very careful. This is the type of wiring that they do on stealth Nomad trailers. They just slam holes right through the floor, no silicone, no nothing, it's just pinched in there. The water pump wiring was pinched under that strap, like I was saying earlier. You know, holding this closed is just a little bungee. Nothing wrong with that, really, but it's, you know, it's not really what you'd expect from. You'd expect a little latch, maybe. A little latch would be nice. There was no battery charger, so I had to get a battery charger, so when you plugged it into shore power, your batteries wouldn't charge. There's no way to charge the batteries when you're plugged into shore power unless you put in your own charger. Oh yeah, here's just silicone on the bottom of this because water was leaking. It was leaking down here, and it was actually getting in right here and soaking this. And if you have a shower in this thing, that's another one. If you have a shower in this thing, the whole floor gets wet. Even if you're keeping your water in the shower, it somehow leaks out onto the floor. It gets the floor wet. You know, just the overall fit and finish of this thing is just absolutely, it's so bad. And like I said, this trailer in Canada costs about $70,000, and that's, you should be getting a little more than this for $70,000. Just everything you touch, something's broken, something's falling apart. Everywhere you look, there's something. And just built with the cheapest quality materials. You can tell that the guys that built it don't care. And it's a real disappointment. It really is. It was just staples, just random staples in the walls, poking out. We don't know why. I mean, these LED lights that they give you, they brag about how many lights this thing has. Well, they fall off right away. The lights under the awning are falling off. Yeah, it's quite disappointing. What you do get, if this thing was built properly and if it worked well, it would be really good. But unfortunately, it just it's not. The TV that they give you, you can't hook it up to your phone and stream off your phone or anything like that. You have to hook your wire. You have to wire your phone into it. Like, you have to plug your phone in with a cable to the TV. So that, they brag about the TV and being able to use the TV and stream with it. Well, you can't. They give you a window cover for this window and for this window, but they don't give you a window cover for this window. So if you hop out of the shower, guess what? All your neighbors can see you. Yeah, it's just a real disappointment. Real disappointment what they've done with this thing. There's probably a few more things that I'm forgetting, unfortunately, but yeah. Had to put this out there because I had seen nothing but good reviews on this thing. Everybody said it was built like a tank. Not the case. Absolutely not the case. The mattress they give you is 3 inches thick. It's just dreadful. So you got to change the mattress right away. Things that you got to change right away. You got to change the mattress. You got to add batteries. You got to add a battery charger. You got to add a whole bunch of stuff that, maybe you should get with it so you can actually use this thing right off the hop. But maybe trailers aren't built that way. But this is your honest 6-month review of Stealth Nomad 24FK.